Good morning, students. Welcome to the chemistry class. Previous day we discussed about the laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas, and today also we discuss about the preparation of hydrogen gas, but industrially. That means large scale. So industrially, hydrogen gas can be prepared by electrolysis of acidulated water. By electrolysis of acidulated water. Another process is there, that is the Bosch process from water gas. And another process is there, that is from natural gas, that is methane. Okay. So these processes today we will discuss one by one. So all of you know the electrolysis of acidulated water will produce hydrogen gas. Actually, pure water is a very bad conductor of electricity, and so we have to add some amount of acid, non-volatile acid like dilute sulfuric acid, okay, to make it a very good conductor of electricity. Then if we pass electricity, definitely it will produce hydrogen gas at the cathode and oxygen gas at the anode. So we need one setup, okay. Because this is the container. Where we are taking this hydrogen gas, we are taking this acidulated water. This is the dilute H2SO4 is there, very little, plus water is there. Okay, so this is very little. Okay, and mainly water, acidulated water is present. Okay, now here we have to take these two electrode. Okay, and here one inverted glass container will be there, and here also we have to take one electrode, and this will be added to the negative part of the battery. Here it is positive part. Okay, here also one container will be there, inverted glass, STU you can take. Okay, now it is positive. Okay, so here anion will go, so this is called anode, and it is negative, so cation will go, it is called cathode. Okay, so in cathode there will be hydrogen gas. Okay, so inside this there will be hydrogen gas, and anode there will be formation of oxygen gas. Now you have to understand about this is a redox process. So redox and oxidation both takes place in different electrodes. In anode there will be oxidation. Oxidation means loss of electron. And cathode there will be reduction. So it is a gain of electron. Okay. Now water is a bad conductor of electricity. If we add acid a little, that we are using the H2SO4 dilute, okay, and we are passing electricity. Here we have taken one battery, okay, so it will definitely, this water will dissociate into H plus OH minus, okay. Next here we will show the reaction in cathode and anode. So cathode, so which one is cathode here? This one is cathode, okay, because it is attached with the negative part of the battery, so cations will go. So here 4H plus will go and it will accept 4 electron, forming 4 hydrogen, and this 4 hydrogen will produce 2 hydrogen gas, okay. And anode, that 4OH minus, okay, will release 4 electron, forming 4OH, and from this 4OH there will be twice H2O plus O2, okay. Oxygen gas will be produced at that point, and cathode there will be formation of hydrogen gas. So overall reaction, here we can write that twice H2O okay. Here overall reaction we are writing that H2O, a reversible sign not required, okay. That we are adding H2SO4 and electricity we are passing, okay, that will form twice H2 plus O2. So if we take 2 mole hydrogen, okay, it will produce 2 mole hydrogen, sorry 2 mole, if we take 2 mole water, okay, it will produce 2 mole hydrogen and 1 mole oxygen. Understand? From here you can easily understand. So from we are telling that 2 volume of water, okay, from 2 volume of water, okay, if you take 2 volume of water, it will produce 2 volume of hydrogen gas and 1 volume of oxygen gas, okay. So generally here whatever in picture I have shown that here hydrogen gas is 2 volume and oxygen gas will be 1 volume. So this is the ratio. Understand? Okay. So in this way, by electrolysis of water, okay, we can produce both hydrogen gas and oxygen. So this is the advantage, okay. And from this process we are getting this hydrogen gas. So this hydrogen gas is 99.9% pure. So 99.9% pure. So here purification is not required, okay. So this is the advantage of this process, okay. And here also another advantage, we are getting oxygen gas also, okay. So by electrolytic decomposition of water we are getting this hydrogen gas as well as oxygen gas, okay. And this experiment also proved that water contain hydrogen as well as oxygen, okay. So this is proof, okay, so that we can tell that water contain hydrogen and oxygen. Hope you can understand. Next we will discuss the second process, that hydrogen gas preparation, okay, from water gas by Bosch process. Okay, all of you know that water gas is a mixture of 50% carbon monoxide and 50% hydrogen gas. Okay, now how to prepare this water gas? You have to take that heated coke, that means carbon, and here you have to take that superheated steam, superheated, and temperature required around 1000 degrees centigrade. Sorry, it will produce carbon monoxide gas and hydrogen gas mixture. Okay, so this is called water gas. Okay, so in this way we can prepare water gas. Next, this water gas you have to heat around 500 degrees centigrade with steam, and we have to take the catalyst, that is Fe2O3, that is ferric oxide, and one promoter you have to take, that is chromium oxide, Cr2O3. As a result, carbon monoxide will be converted to carbon dioxide gas. Okay, and this reaction is called water gas shift reaction. So what is the reaction here? That CO and hydrogen, this is the water gas. Okay, this gas again reacting with the steam, and here catalyst required is Fe2O3. This one is the catalyst, and Cr2O3 is the promoter, and temperature required around 500 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this 500 degrees centigrade temperature will convert this carbon monoxide gas to carbon dioxide gas. So it will produce carbon dioxide gas and form hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen will not react, only carbon will be converted in this, and here to balancing the equation you can write here twice H2. Now this reaction is called water gas shift reaction. Okay, I am writing here water gas shift. Okay, so this reaction is called water gas shift reaction. Okay, now next step, what you have to do, you have to eliminate this carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so the mixture of carbon dioxide gas and hydrogen gas, okay, that you have to compress at a pressure around 25 atmosphere. Okay, atmospheric pressure, and then you have to pass this gas through water. Now all of you know that at very low temperature and high pressure, this carbon dioxide gas will react with water and forming one acid, that is called carbonic acid. This carbonic acid is highly unstable. Okay, it is stable at high pressure and low temperature. Okay, so in this way carbon dioxide will be eliminated from this mixture, and if little bit of carbon dioxide gas is left, then you can pass this carbon dioxide, this mixture, to concentrate KOH solution. Concentrate KOH solution will absorb the remaining carbon dioxide. Okay, it will react with this carbon dioxide, it will form that potassium carbonate. Okay, and the unreacted hydrogen gas, okay, will come out. Okay, that will be almost pure, but it will contain some amount of moisture. Okay, and there may be some, all carbon monoxide cannot be converted to carbon dioxide. Okay, there may be some carbon monoxide gas also. Okay, so how to remove this carbon monoxide gas? So you have to take pass this gas mixture, okay, through ammonical cuprous chloride. Ammonical cuprous chloride. Okay, and here there will be formation some addition compound. Okay, so the formula of the compound will be CuCl CO twice H2. So this type of compound will be formed. Okay, and if there is a little bit of carbon monoxide, that will be absorbed, and finally there will be moisture. So how to eliminate this moisture, so you have to again pass this mixture, okay, through a cooling system, okay. A cooling tower will be there, and hydrogen gas you have to pass through it at minus 20 degrees centigrade, okay. So water will freeze, and till if you any moisture is there, if there is any moisture, okay, so we have to pass this finally the hydrogen gas through a column, okay, where we have taken that anhydrous calcium chloride or fused calcium chloride. So fused calcium chloride will absorb the moisture, okay, and finally you will get the dry and pure hydrogen gas. Hope you can understand. And this dry and pure hydrogen gas you have to fill in a cylinder, okay, and according to the pressure, okay. If we fill the hydrogen gas with very high pressure, which that cylinder cannot bear, then it will burst, and there may be chance of accident. So according to the pressure, okay, that cylinder can take, that you have to fill. Understand? So in this way, by Bosch process, you can prepare hydrogen gas. Next, another hydrogen gas preparation is there. I think this is not given in your book. So it is generally done from the natural gas. Natural gas, all of you know, okay. That means petroleum gases, okay. That is methane, CH4. Okay, CH4 you have to use some steam, and here you have to use the nickel catalyst, okay, and temperature is required around 800 degrees centigrade, okay, and pressure will be around 30 atmospheric pressure. Then it will produce the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Okay, I think it is balanced. So here also carbon monoxide hydrogen gas mixture is there. As previous we discussed how to separate this carbon monoxide from this hydrogen gas mixture, that we can follow by this that Bosch process we have discussed, that you can also apply here to get the pure hydrogen gas. So this is the process by which we can prepare hydrogen gas from natural gas. Understand? Next we will discuss about the properties of hydrogen gas. Properties. Now, what type of properties we will discuss? Two type of property, mainly one physical properties. Today we will discuss after physical properties. Next day we will discuss chemical properties. Okay, physical properties. All of you know, I think, about the physical properties of hydrogen gas. Okay, hydrogen gas is colorless, hydrogen gas is odorless, hydrogen gas is tasteless, and this is also non-toxic. Okay, and if you think about the density, hydrogen gas is density is very less. It will be 0.089 gram per ml. Okay, so this is the density of the hydrogen gas. Understand? So if you compare with air, okay, it will be 14.4 times lighter. Than air. Okay, so it is 14.4 times lighter. Okay, that means less denser, okay, than air, and it is the lightest gas. Okay, if you look at the total number of substances, okay, total elements in the periodic table, 118 elements. Okay, hydrogen is placed first, okay, in the periodic table. It is in group 1 and period 1. Its molecular mass is around 2 gram per mole. So as molecular mass is very less, so it is the lightest gas. And hydrogen gas is very slightly soluble in water, And if you consider that 1 liter water, in 1 liter water, okay, under normal condition only 20 ml hydrogen gas will be dissolved. Okay. Next we will discuss about that hydrogen gas cannot be liquefied easily. Okay, and it will be liquefied around minus 240 degree centigrade. Okay, so you have to cool down the temperature, and then you can able to liquefy hydrogen gas. That means minus 240 degree centigrade temperature, and pressure will be high. Pressure will be around 20 atmospheric pressure. Okay. Then you can be able to liquefy the hydrogen gas. Okay. Now hydrogen gas is neutral towards the litmus paper. If you take some moist litmus paper and if you deep inside the hydrogen gas cylinder, okay, there will be no change. So that means it is neutral. And hydrogen gas is readily absorbed by some metals like palladium and platinum or nickel at room temperature. And examples we can give that 1 volume, okay, of finely divided palladium, okay, it will take some 900 volumes of hydrogen gas at room temperature, and this process is called occlusion, okay, or this is called adsorption. Okay, so metal like palladium, platinum, nickel, okay, these type of metals have this type of property, and they are showing that occlusion of hydrogen or adsorption of the hydrogen on their surfaces. Next we will discuss one experiment is given in your book, okay, that you can check in your when you come to our laboratory, or in your home also you can prepare, but don't do it because hydrogen gas is very much dangerous. Anytime it can catch fire and there may be chance of explosion. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to take a soap solution in a beaker. Okay, suppose we cannot demonstrate it today. Okay, now suppose you are taking a beaker. Okay, here we have to take the soap solution. Now in soap solution you are passing hydrogen gas. How to prepare hydrogen gas? You have to take that zinc granules, you have to add dilute sulfuric acid, definitely it will produce hydrogen gas, and that you have to pass. Then soap solution will form bubble. Okay, when you are passing this hydrogen gas, okay, it will form bubble, and inside the bubble there will be hydrogen gas, so bubbles will simultaneous or spontaneously will go upward. Okay, from here you can easily understand, okay, that hydrogen gas is very light gas. Otherwise, one very easy example you can do, you can take one balloon, okay, and you can put the hydrogen gas inside this balloon, and definitely that if you close the mouth properly, okay, with a sting, okay, or any thread, okay, definitely it will go upward in the air. So this will also prove that hydrogen gas is lighter than air. So in this way we have completed the discussion of the physical properties of hydrogen gas, and next day we will discuss about the chemical properties. So today up to this, thank you.